About humanity, putting truth in these lines while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray we all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is gonna send you a big.
The man himself. Well, you know BJ, let's get to it. I'm gonna get right to it, man. What Diddy? Let's talk about Diddy first.
Let's
get into that.
You know, that's what ROE is all about, man. Uncut and raw. For the people, by the people, to the people, man. So come on, hit me with it, did.
What is it that what did he do wrong, first of all?
Greed and selling his soul. Those are the first two contents that he did in life, period, as a man. Greed and selling his fucking soul.
And he severed his soul at what point?
He sold his soul from the very beginning because he had a vision as a visionary, which a lot of great visionaries, so just like myself, we had these visions in life. Feel me? Like yourself, you have a particular vision in life where you see yourself going. So from the very beginning, he's seen himself up there in the stratosphere above all. If I can't be up there, I don't want to do it at all. But I got to be up there because that's who he was from the start. He was born into this shit, so it was destined for him to become who he is today. It was destined. He was born into it. His father was a legendary musician, so he was born into the actual recognition of fame from the very beginning. Now, the extra shit, I don't know where he got that from or if that's a part of his genes, but now we gonna talk about that. That's the points we need to get to with all the extra, the fruity tooty and the, raping ninjas and putting them under, mass destruction appeals and knocking them out. And this baby oil, man. Yeah, the baby oil, professor. Yeah, the baby oil.
Interesting. That's an interesting place to put some type of substance in. Other than baby oil,
man. I tell you, that's brilliant mind thinking right there, man. That ain't no normal, typical cat, man. Although it's like from a sexual perspective, niggas a savage. People looking like, oh, he's a savage, he's dirty. But look how he took his time to sit back and method out this shit. Like I'm talking about precise it to where, oh, I know what I'm gonna do, and I know how I'm gonna do it, and I know how I'm gonna get all of them. He took time to think on that, man. That wasn't some shit he just came up with overnight and it just happened.
So what's the difference between him and Hugh Hefner, Larry Flint? What are the difference between them?
They didn't get caught. They didn't get caught, and they are the elite. So in essence, his skin tone is different. See, if his skin tone was the same color as Hugh Hefner, he would have never got caught neither. We wouldn't be talking about Pissy Diddy, period. Because they're going to take care of their own. They would have took care of his ass if we wouldn't have got the yapping. He got the yapping and he went against the grain. It all started out with Diago and him, with the Ciroc shit, his whole liquor deal. Niggas don't know niggas own liquor, man. The sooner you niggas out there learn that in TV land, in TV world, and reality, the sooner you have better off you'll be. You're only going to become an ambassador of face. They're not going to allow us to own no damn liquor, man. That shit's been in existence damn near 200 years now, bro. That's their game.
Even though the original creators of liquor was black?
Yeah, they took it from us. If we didn't empower Nate to keep it, what can you do? You can't go back now in time and take it back. It's impossible.
Another interesting point was that his dad was a driver for Frank Lucas, I believe.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Look at the background history of where he come from. You know what I'm saying? Look, just his whole history and his connection in life. He wasn't the normal, typical kid that had to grow up in poverty, had to grow up, really with rats and roaches and watching deaths occur, and just emotional feelings, watching abuse and all the above that comes with that world.
So the whole time he was at Howard, and once he graduated from Howard, he started his initiation to learning the streets or street culture, or even getting into hip hop, and it cross-sected at some point because he was out here in Compton. He was hanging over there off of Burris with Keefy D and Baby Lane and some of the rest of them. And I don't know, how that connection was made. I guess maybe through Biggie.
Man, if you don't knock that shit off, Professor Melly Mel, you don't knock it off, man.
Go ahead.
If you don't knock it off, what do you mean? Come on, man, you sharper than that. You know damn well how that came about. He wasn't hanging out in Compton just because he was hanging out in fucking Compton, nigga. Come on now. He was hanging out because he was the money tree. And as long as I have the money, I have the power. I don't give a fuck what part of the earth I go to. If I got that bag, I can seclude what I need as far as soldiers, planting the seeds of a wall, protection, all the above. So as a smart businessman, knowing, okay, damn, how can I continue to contract my business on the West Coast? Because even though I'm growing and I'm merging on the East and I'm becoming a big name on the East, I got to tamper in with the West because it's connected, East and the West. And those are the biggest two cities in the game during that time and that era of the late 80s and the early 90s of hip hop. So there was no way you can go around not being able to break your records in, put your artists in shows, elsewhere else in different regions of the world. When I mean regions, different states, cities outside of California or the West Coast. There was no way.
So that's a planned strategy. There has to be a strategy because he lined himself with the South Side, right? Suge Knight was over there with the mob. So
it's self-explanatory.
There you go.
Now he could easily just say, all right, let me call up the bounty hunters, man.
Right.
Who I know in the Knicks, who I know in the projects.
Right.
It was his association. And at the time, in the moment, it was obviously Keefy and them was in the right position and right where his whole.
And what better way to irritate him?
Because, watch this. The association of Keefy, introduction to Puffy, it wasn't direct through Puffy. It came through somebody else, another third party that Keefy was connected with and Puffy was connected with. So it was a mutual friend that played the third party role. That's how they got connected in the first place. It wasn't his overall introduction, or I knew this dude for the street as a known Southsider, man. And, he's a hitter, he's a shot caller, he's a big D boy. He didn't know that. It was all done through association of someone else having that information and being connected with Keefy.
I would love to know the level of irritation when they both realize, Puffy being a strategist, both of them being college educated.
They both know, man, it's chess. He knew, okay, Simon over there big on with the mob, with the Bloods, okay. So the Crips, that's the opposite. That's the opposite attraction. That's the okay, let me go get me some Crips in LA then. He could have easily went and recruited some more Bloods. And then it would have been, the mob against Bad Boy and whatever Bloods would have been over there with him at that time in existence. But he knew from a strategist, and he knew as a chess player and knowing how to monopolize this shit, I got to go get with me some dominant Crips in LA then.
I'm glad you mentioned chess because a well-placed pawn can be more powerful than the king.
Yeah, you damn right. It all depends on the position he in at that point in time. He may be the only one got the shot. The king can't even move at this point in time. But that pawn got the shot to save the day.
Interesting. At what point did you ever meet Puffy, or did you ever Well, I know you met Suge, but did you ever meet Puffy while you was in the?
I've been in the presence of Pissy Diddy on 3 different occasions. You feel me? Not personally per se shaking his hand and meeting him, hey, yo, I'm such and such, but just in the presence of being there through the association of Death Row and through the association of the industry, period, of being in certain events and seeing him, oncoming. My whole thing back then was, and it's always been, I'm not a groupie. So I can see these niggas and it ain't gonna make a difference to me. If
You're looking for opportunity.
Exactly. But if I'm pushing the line, and I'm on a certain team at this point in time, I'm handling my business. I'm doing my job. I'm here putting usalama on the people that I'm with in the first place. Meaning I put security
Explain to
duty
people
down.
what Usalama is.
I put security duty down. I'm making sure these people are safe. They came in safe. They leaving safe. So that's my job. So I'm not on no outside thinkers for, oh, they go Puffy. Let me go meet Puffy. Fuck Puffy. I'm regulating for my boy right now. So right now, better nobody touch this nigga. That's all I'm concerned with. You feel me? So that's how I regulate and that's how I move. So once I start growing in the game and taking myself from that equation of putting Usalama down on individuals and becoming an exec in the game and becoming that individual as far as management and understanding the business, I start taking myself to a different level. So when I meet individuals now, I'm networking. So I just never had that opportunity to really run into him on that level as far as networking. You know what I mean? Because I start growing in the game on my levels, and the time frame as far as me running into that cat, it just ain't it existing to happen. But as far as all the other shit, I've been knowing about the existence of the parties, all the little fruity shit that goes on. Word of mouth gets around in the industry.
Yeah, well, knowing is growing, and being around these individuals when you know these different business ventures and how they come together, it also elevates you and give you the ability to build on whatever kingdom or foundation that you build it on. But I recognize that. But I want to tell you this
Not
also.
to not to cut you
Go
off
ahead.
before you move forward. I say that to add to that, Melly, is reason being is because I came in the game. I started in 1992. I did my first. I was approached from a film company out of New York. Two cats, two Jew boys, man. Good dear friends of mine, all the way to one of their pastors, and one is still he's an elder now in his 80s. But Jim and Hal, that's who put me on. That's who got me in the game. And how it all started for me was they approached me. They came to our neighborhood to do a documentary after the aftermath of the 1992 peace treaty. I mean, excuse me, not the peace treaty, the 1992 riot and the Rodney King eruption of
Uprising.
1992,
Okay,
right?
got it.
So the documentary was based on Through the Eyes of the Children on 112th Street, which is an elementary school in our neighborhood. So me being from second generation and my name ringing at that time and me still being active in the streets and being a voice for my neighborhood, the approach to me was too. A lot of my homies told me, man, you need to talk to BJ. Cartoon and BJ. Cartoon is my big homie. Rest in peace. They approached Toon, and then Toon also told him, yeah, grab my little homie. You know what I'm saying? Because he's active and he's a voice and he can get to the rest. Nevertheless, when I came aboard, I've always had a think in mind as far as business. So I knew how to negotiate myself no matter what situations I was in. Whether it was on some street shit, or just I'm finna sell this box of candy right here. I know how to approach and knock on the door and have my own already freestyle speech that I have in tune to sell this box of candy. I may not go precisely off the script like they used to do back in the days, have us move around and sell candy. They give us a little paper, you read off the script, and these are the words you say. I was so clever and I knew I had a mouthpiece. I would take the wording, recite it, chop it up with freestyle with my own wording and mix it.
So you understood marketing and merchandising.
Understood it clearly. So I say all that to say that, man, this is how when I stepped in the game for as myself, I had to learn these things as far as the dynamics of not knowing. I'm sitting at the table with a few of them who's about to sign my check. But now that this is in reverse. They not going to sign this check because of my mouth. So I had to learn all that. To tone down, say, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, well, to each his own. I just don't got to participate in none of it. To each his own, dude. You know what I
Got
mean?
it. Do people understand that our people, that money is a byproduct and it do two things? It affords you to do the things you love to do and also pay people to do the things you don't want to. But what happens in the process is that some people accumulate a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars, right? They can afford to go anywhere, afford to buy anything, afford to any vacation, just virtually do everything, right? At some point, you begin to run out of things to do. And that's happened to Michael Jackson, that's happened to Prince, that's happened to R. Kelly, that's happened to Bill Cosby, that's happened to a lot of people that's been super rich. And
So-
I'm specifically saying this about black people.
So when you say, just to jump in and intervene real quick, when you say run out of things to do, what do you mean in that aspect? Running out of
I
things
mean,
to do?
they have so much money, they've done everything. There's nothing left to do. You can buy any boat, you can buy any car, you can buy any piece of property, you can be with all the beautiful women out there, because a lot of women out there they're out there for a price.
But that shouldn't be.
I understand that, but
That should be the overall goal of making the money. It should be. It's at some point, even the elite or the rich, there's got to be some standard of goal set where, okay, I need to have this amount in order for me to fulfill these particular goals over here, to leave behind this legacy and this dynasty that I want to build.
And that's fine, but here's where the moral compass lose balance, is that you start making things up to do. And when they start making things up to do, that's when we get the baby oil. That's when we get the pee and all this other stuff. I'm just keeping the facts. I'm giving you facts now.
Oh, see, I'm just trying to see how you jump from here.
Yeah.
It got back to there. Okay, I get you. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, double entendre, brother.
Okay. So basically, is it safe to say he started doing these things because he ran out of things to do?
It's a grand possibility.
I'm gonna have now. This is the part where we would get into a debate based on that, because I can't say that would be the case, Melly. This is something that was already embedded in this young cat, even in his younger years. He was a funny style type nigga where he liked to go both ways, obviously, and he liked to really explore and be exploratory for us, his sexual aspect.
Let's look into that.
Hold on, follow me.
Okay.
If you go back to some of the things that was said, I don't know the for sure on. I just know allegedly he had been tampered with from family members at a young age. All elderly people. Feel me? So all these things constantly.
And that's the same thing that happened to Robert Kelly.
Yeah. So we cannot overlook that. See, a lot of people,
we can't.
They overlook that. And then at the same token, just because you got raped and molested as a young boy at 14 or 15, and let's say you went on with your life to become something to someone, that rape and getting your ass split open numerous of times, not once, numerous of times during that course of your 13 and 14-year life, until that individual either vanished or went to prison or died. However it happened where it stopped, right? There's still a mental stage set in right here. That he or she got to deal with for the rest of the duration of life as they grow. So at some point, some can break the cycle and actually grow to the point where they can get some real serious help within self, because it all comes from self first, and others from a professional level, right? To where they're normal people. They live a normal life. They can have a sexual normal life, with man and woman, or woman and wife, or whomever, whatever their preference is, but not all that extra shit and, all the, I'm finna start raping little boys too now because I got raped. So shit, it's a thing I like to do now because, it happened to me. And that's how a lot of individuals start. And that's where a lot of it come from what took place with them. So I say all this to say he had to have certain fetishes as a youngin'. And when he got to the position where he had the money and the power to do the extras, that's where all the extras came, because the opportunity was there.
Lock the door.
Cali Finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga Wall won't give a broke bitch time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me, that's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it, I just make it happen.